Have you ever had that gut feeling that something's just off? That feeling you try to push down, telling yourself you're just being paranoid? I had that feeling for months. Let me tell you, you should always trust your gut. My wife, Chloe, and I had been married for 5 years. It was good, you know? Not a fairy tale, but we were happy. We were best friends who fell in love. We had our routines, our inside jokes, our plans for the future. Or so I thought. It all started subtly. Chloe started spending more and more time on her phone, always angled away from me. When I'd walk into the room, she'd quickly lock it and set it face down. When I asked who she was texting, it was always the same answer. Just my friend. Sarah. She's going through a really tough time. Sarah was one of Chloe's oldest friends. She was in the middle of a messy divorce, so it made sense that she'd lean on Chloe for support. I didn't question it, even encouraged it. I'd make Chloe a cup of tea before her long phone calls with Sarah, telling her she was a good friend. I felt a little proud even. My wife was so compassionate, so caring. But the helping Sarah excuse started to cover everything. Nights at work turned into grabbing a late dinner with Sarah to cheer her up. Weekend plans we used to make were canceled because Sarah had another crisis and really needs me. The calls became more frequent, happening late at night, often with Chloe stepping out onto the balcony so she wouldn't disturb me. The physical distance between us grew into a canyon. She stopped initiating hugs. Our conversations became purely logistical. Did you pick up the dry cleaning? What do you want for dinner? Warmth was gone, replaced by a polite, almost formal coolness. I tried to talk to her about it. I'd say things like, "Hey, I miss you. Oh, it feels like we're roommates lately." Her response was always the same, delivered with a sigh of frustration. "I'm sorry, but my best friend is falling apart. Can't you be a little more understanding?" This is really hard on me too, and just like that, I was the bad guy. I was the selfish husband who couldn't see past his own needs, so I'd back off, swallowed by guilt. I told myself to be more patient, to be a better husband. Sarah needed her, and I needed to support my wife. But the gut feeling just wouldn't go away. It was a low hum of anxiety in the back of my mind. Little inconsistencies started to pile up. One night, she said she was taking Sarah out for her birthday. I thought it was a great idea. The next day, I ran into Sarah's brother at the grocery store, mentioned how nice it was that Chloe took Sarah out. He gave me a confused look and said, "Sarah's birthday isn't for another 2 months. She spent last night at our parents' house." Actually, my blood ran cold. I just stood there in the cereal aisle, my heart pounding in my ears. I mumbled something about getting the dates mixed up and quickly left. The drive home was a blur. Why would she lie about something so specific? I confronted her that evening. I tried to be calm, but my voice was shaking. "Hey, I ran into Sarah's brother today. He said her birthday isn't for a while." Chloe didn't even blink. She had an answer ready. "Oh my God. I didn't mean her actual birthday. I just meant like a cheer-up birthday dinner. A celebration to get her mind off things. You're overthinking everything." She was so convincing, so quick to make me feel like I was crazy for even questioning her. And for a little while, I believed her. I wanted to believe her. The breaking point came a few weeks later. We have a shared family phone plan, and the bill is emailed to me. I usually just glance at the total and pay it. But that month, driven by that relentless gut feeling, I opened the detailed statement. I scrolled through the call logs, and there it was. For the past 3 months, Chloe had been making and receiving hundreds of calls and texts, but not two were from Sarah's number. It was a number I didn't recognize. My hands trembled as I looked at the call durations. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and a half at 2 in the morning. All to this one number. The texting was constant, all day, every day. I felt like I couldn't breathe. This was it. This was the proof. This wasn't paranoia. It was real. I saved a screenshot of the phone bill. I knew I needed more than just a number. I needed a name. A face. That night, I did something I never thought I would do. I waited until she was sound asleep, her phone charging on her nightstand. My heart was hammering against my ribs. I felt like a criminal in my own home. I picked up her phone. My hands were so sweaty I could barely unlock it. She used a simple pattern lock, one I'd seen her use 100 times. I went straight to her messages. I found the conversation with the unknown number, and my world just shattered. The messages were not from a friend. They were filled with "I love yous" and "I miss yous." They talked about their secret meetings, the close calls, their plans for a future together. A future without me. The messages were from a man named Mark, a coworker of hers. A man she had mentioned a few times just as Mark from accounting. The messages detailed every lie she had told me. The late nights with Sarah were romantic dinners with Mark. The weekend crises were weekend getaways. Every time she had stepped onto the balcony for a private call with Sarah, she had been whispering sweet nothings to him. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. The betrayal wasn't just the cheating, it was the manipulation. It was how she had used her friend's real-life pain as a cover story. It was how she had twisted my compassion and my trust and used them against me, making me feel guilty for my own suspicions. The reality was so much deeper, so much crueler than I could have ever imagined. I sat there on the edge of our bed, in the dark, just staring at the screen. I scrolled back for months. It was all there. A complete, detailed history of their affair and my deception. I saw a picture of them together sent a few weeks ago. They were at a beach, smiling, his arm wrapped around her. Caption read, "Soon." I put the phone back on the nightstand, exactly where I found it. I walked out of the bedroom and went to the living room. I couldn't be in the same room as her. I sat on the couch in the dark until the sun came up. The phone bill and the images from her phone burned into my mind. I didn't feel anger. Not yet. I just felt empty. The person I had built my life with was a stranger. The last 5 years felt like a lie. The next morning, she came out of the bedroom, yawning, and asked what I was doing up so early. I just looked at her. Yes. I think she saw it in my eyes because the smile on her face faltered. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I spoke very quietly. "I know, Chloe." Her face went pale. "Know what?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I know about Mark," I said. And that was it. The whole house of cards came tumbling down. There was no more lying, no more excuses. Just a deafening silence filled with all the unspoken truths. She tried to explain, tried to apologize, but the words were meaningless. Trust, once shattered, can't be glued back together with empty apologies. The lie about helping her friend was the cruelest part. It wasn't just a simple deception. It was a weaponized act of kindness. She took something good, something pure friendship, compassionate, twisted it into a shield for her betrayal. And that cut deeper than anything else. It's been a year since that day. The divorce was finalized a few months ago. I'm still picking up the pieces, still learning to trust my own judgment again. It's a long road, but the one thing I've learned is to always listen to that little voice inside your head. That gut feeling. It's usually right. It's there to protect you, even when the truth is the last thing you want to see. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar or just want to share your thoughts, drop a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories. See you next time.